We're going to talk about Game of Thrones, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Game of Groans, you are like the abusive ex-girlfriend who keeps calling, and I keep crawling back to you for more, and more. That's what we just wanted. We wanted more and more Game of Thrones, but we got nothing but a pile of crap last time. And then, this has been nice and promising. I did read the graphic novel on this, on the Night of Seven Kingdoms, and it's phenomenal. It's actually really good. Because I read that first, I'm now biased, and it's slightly better than the show. But I'll tell you, this is the current plan. It's actually pretty exciting, and the whole fiasco behind this is crazy, right? If you've followed George R. R. Martin on any of this, it's so funny how crazy. I mean, his stories are complex, incredibly complex, with so many different characters. But the problem is that because he has so many people that are involved, he goes, oh, wait a second, what about this? And he kind of veers off in a tangent. I bet you anything, if he had just like a couple of people helping him organize his stuff, he'd probably do a little bit better and not get so distracted. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the exciting part about this is that hopefully it looks like George R. R. Martin has given A Night of Seven Kingdoms a showrunner, Ira Parker, outlines for 10 and 12 more stories about Dunk and Egg. So we'll get to see Ser Duncan the Tall, and Egg grow up together and be like almost like a father and son type thing. And I can see Duncan becoming, the famous knight that Joffrey had talked about. Joffrey even mentioned it in some of the stories, season 4, I believe, season 4, episode 2, where Joffrey was just talking specifically. He was kind of just bashing on Jaime Lannister, bashing on his own uncle, describing this guy, Ser Duncan the Tall being this amazing knight and doing making all these accomplishments. So we're going to finally get him to get to see all these accomplishments. And this guy is one step closer to the Arnold Schwarzenegger that we got from the 80s. He's huge. He's like, what, 6'6" or 6'7". He's, it's like these are the characters that we've wanted for a long time, but constantly being fed soy boys, right? That's
yeah. We keep getting these weaklings.
Yes.
How dare you?
So it's just insane. What a great show. What a great show that just to show some of these posts here. This is great. Ser Dunk the Tall is such a good character. Ser Dunk was hitting that hoe like blah blah blah. It's just there's a lot of hype for it. People are excited for this character again because he has virtue. He holds the values of being a knight very, very. He holds them close to his heart. To him, they have real deep meaning, and that's what they are. That's what they are to him, and that's what it's always been to us as people who love the hero and love the knight and want to be knights and want to be these things, want to be the hero that saves the girl. And maybe we'll actually see him save a girl at some point, because that's been so forbidden for so long.
I do daydream and fantasize that I'm a knight where I could just take my sword and slash somebody and not go to jail.
And not, it's
just something that happened back in the days, there was like a normal thing.
Or you could just do this. Does he make it? Let's see if he makes it. Just barely. He almost goes down a couple of times. Dude. He's determined. There you go.
That's when you don't have internet or a Nintendo or a PlayStation. That's what you do for fun.
Then you develop a real skill.
And when there's no alcohol or other supplements
exactly.
for self-medication, there's that's what you do for fun.
Yes. Or you actually get things done, right? So So one of the things that was brought to my attention on this whole story, because I absolutely love the story of Westeros, I can't get enough of it. I'm diving back into Game of Thrones big time on this now. But one of the biggest things that I noticed here is that the dragons went extinct during a time that we haven't seen yet. And so I just wanted to point some of these points out. During the Dance of Dragons, a civil war roughly 129 to 131 AC had already wiped out most of the larger battle-ready dragons, leaving only a handful of survivors, including the hatchlings like Morning. After that, attempts to hatch more eggs largely failed, and remaining dragons grew progressively smaller, weaker, and more misshapen, with skulls described as no bigger than Mastiff or dog skulls. Rumors persisted that Aegon III poisoned the final dragon due to his deep trauma from witnessing his mother Rhaenyra being devoured by his uncle Aegon II's dragon Sunfire. So he's getting revenge on the dragon. And the extinction coincided with the noted decline in magic worldwide. So it does lead to us to believe, where did Jason Momoa's character in season 1 of Game of Thrones, where did they acquire those? Where did those people acquire the 3 dragon eggs that they end up gifting to what's her name, the dragon queen from season 1 of Game of Thrones? Anyway, just something to consider, something to think about. It's because it's something that I love. I just love the dragons. Absolutely love dragons. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and move to the next thing.
And these episodes could be seen on Max streaming service.
What's that?
I said these episodes could be seen on HBO Max, the streaming service.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just to let the audience know.
Yes. In case you want to dive back into the 7 seasons of 4 seasons of goodness and 3 seasons of pure hell. Let's see. Okay, so this is something that I asked. So I asked Grok about this in the Hedge Knight novella. Do they ever tell us that Ser Duncan was ever knighted? And so this is the beginning. This is the one thing I wanted to point out first, is that the simple fact that Ser Duncan he's an honorable knight. He cares about these things. These are things that are important to him and important to us as people who love a hero who defends women who are being attacked or whatever they're doing. He's doing the right thing. He's probably the one guy who believes the true knight's code, right? He's the one guy in this who actually believes it. I mean, we saw nothing but false knights and false types of people and nothing but power-hungry morons, or not necessarily morons, but power-hungry devious bastards that we saw in the first few in Game of Thrones. I don't think we saw one really good person. So we actually might see a true hero in this. But I wanted to point out the simple fact that we have and I think it's real, and I think the monstrous lie is justified. Now, the lie is simply this: was he knighted before his master, the knight that he was squiring for? Is it justified for him to lie and say that he was knighted, even though his master continuously, basically just kind of shrugged him off? Not necessarily shrugged him off, but he kept saying that he was going to knight him. I'm going to knight you. I'm going to knight you. And then every time he said, "Yo, you're going to knight me, really?" And then he kind of shrugged him off, kind of type thing. So it was kind of this complete thing where so he's forced to lie about it. He's forced to say, "You know what? I'm a knight now. I've been knighted, so I can jump in the tournament." And this is something that's not illustrated in the book. And so a lot of adaptations, of course, are just assuming that he wasn't. And we can speculate all we want forever, but I think, just please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think it's justified for him to lie about it? If it's for a good, if it ends up being for good, right? If it ends up being something that is, I mean, apparently he's an accomplished knight that does great things for people, and he's in the history books, and he's a huge part of this story. It is a huge part of the lore. He's related to Brienne of Tarth, right? If you remember Brienne of Tarth, he's related to her, and so there's this whole other thing that goes with that. But anyway, So when registering for the tourney, which requires knighthood to participate, Dunk claims Sir Arlen knighted him, but there's no witness. And so that's the debacle that we're brought into. I think he's justified in it. That's my opinion. What do you please let us know?
That reminds me of another young man that they told him, you may sit on this council, but we won't grant you the rank of master.
There you go. There you go. You mean when Yoda said that? Yeah. Anyway, pretty.
When Mace Windu told young Skywalker.
That's right. It was Mace Windu. That's right. I remember.
And he said, "Have a seat, Skywalker." Yeah,
that's right. I remember that. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to get into was this.
Okay, jet engine, test one. Here we go.
And the post was, well, it works on land, so I'm sure it'll be fine on water. Anyway, just had to point that out. It's pretty good, pretty funny, pretty good stuff. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into the meat of this. So the first thing I wanted to maybe talk, that was my main point, is just about that. And then maybe we'll kind of talk about some of the things that I could see him doing. But for the most part, oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about Emily Carey. So real quick side note about the Game of Thrones. So Emily Carey, she played the young version of Allison. She played Allison Hightower from Game of Thrones. Anyway, so if you look at her, it's a sad state of affairs that we're in. Like, she should be kind of probably be a movie star at this point. She's pretty big. I don't know. I haven't assessed her acting, but she's been in a lot of stuff. But then she kind of just drops off. Look at this upcoming one. She's an executive producer on Judge Judy. Like, what the hell? She has nothing coming up. She was in Geek Girl, which was, I guess, last year or 2 years ago. But it's just a shame for someone who looks like that. Like, okay, so you're not, I don't know. Maybe her screen test didn't work or whatever. I don't know. But she's beautiful and gorgeous and all these other things. So whatever. Anyway, I thought it's an absolute crime to not be having her in more stuff, right?
Yeah, maybe she should have flashed some leg to Weinstein.
Yeah,
and got more roles, you know.
Maybe that would have gotten her some.
She should just take one for the team, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so maybe what we'll do next here is I did want to save some time to talk about Primal today. If you wanted to talk about, are you caught up on Primal?
Oh yes,
caught up on that. So you're caught up on the most recent episode that happened today. Did you see that episode today?
Okay.
That's fine. We'll go to the episode before that.
Okay.
But what was I going to say here? So I don't know. I have the game of
the teaser was that he was surrounded by lions.
Yeah. He gets,
okay.
Yeah. It's really good. But I don't want to spoil it, so we won't.
Okay.
Maybe we won't even talk
about. Because I know the last episode I did see. I didn't know it was what they come out every Sunday or Monday. The new Primal.
It looks like it's a weird time because I'm guessing that it's Russia, but it's like 7 a.m. on Monday mornings. That's when it airs on HBO.
Because I know season 1, season 2, very brutal, and I love it. You know,
yeah,
it's great.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I love it too. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to follow along that now he's a zombie, so it's kind of like, okay, all right, I'm still with it. I will still watch it to see how, where it goes.
Well, we'll go over the episode that happened last week, and we'll talk about that briefly. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that Charlie from Emergency Awesome talked about. Let's just react to this here. We'll listen to him. He goes over all this crazy stuff. There's all kinds of Easter eggs that we had no idea were in there.
His original master, Within the world of Westeros and Game of Thrones, a hedge knight is a wandering knight without a master, landed.
Okay, so so the first thing I wanted to just briefly talk about, of course, is that, you know, the reason why they're called Hedge Knight. The Hedge Knight is the name of the graphic novel. It's a huge portion of this. It's a big thing, but it's also a derogatory term that's used because at the very beginning of the story, they're talking about Hedge Knight and how he's just poor, and a Hedge Knight is poor because they're sleeping under hedges. That's why they're called Hedge Knights, is because they're sleeping under hedges, and they only have the stars to accompany them. But but Ser Duncan explains how great it is, and then the bookend of the episode is so beautiful because they talk about he and Duncan and Egg both talk about how the rich lords or the knights that work for the king, etc., have silk to they're looking up at silk when they're going to sleep, but the Hedge Knight sees the shooting star. And what does the shooting star do? The shooting star grants them luck.
It's a shot for Duncan.
It's such a great. It's probably the best part of the entire episode is that he exclaims here that he's just be quiet, you simpleton. But is it our luck? Is it our luck? And so they're talking about, and so he still sees the value in that. He still sees the value in being able to sleep under the stars, see the lucky star that will give them luck at the tourney, right? So it's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. You never see that anymore. You never see it in any show these days with a father and son type of relationship going on there. So I just think it's beautiful. It's great. It's wonderful. There's a lot more we can get into, but we're not going to do that. We're actually going to just talk about Primal real quick and see what we can find from that. But yeah, the most recent episode, he does fight some lions. Good stuff. I'm curious. I'm really curious as to see what will happen with this show. I just have to tell you guys, sorry, I don't want to spoil it, but we'll see if it's going to be just loads of spoilers here, but we'll just leave it on this. We'll leave it on this one.
I do have a concern for the character of Primal. I noticed that he takes on some battle damage, and he's already dead. He's a zombie, but he's losing pieces of him, here and there. Yeah. So hopefully he doesn't lose too much, but I noticed he lost a chunk of his head on one episode. I think it was the first one or second one, but he lost a chunk.
The first episode in this new season, in season 3, he gets a slight. It's like a section. It's like
his brain's exposed. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So sorry about the spoilers, everybody. But I just have to tell you guys, I didn't even know this show existed until like a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago. And I had just barely even heard about this like two months ago. And I just started barely watching it. And it's fucking amazing. I love this show. The characters are great. And it's hilarious how a T-Rex and a dude just end up becoming like buddies, like a buddy cop movie. It's so hilarious. When you look at it, kind of where they end up and where they go. Such a beautiful story. I love it. So I'm curious to see what will happen. I hope that he actually finds the people that he's trying to find finds Fang and everybody else later on. But I mean, we did see them with the daughter grown up, right? The daughter that she has is grown up at the very end of season 2. So just curious about that and how they're going to bring that in. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be interesting and weird and crazy, but just interesting to know that.
Yeah, when he finds his people where they accept him, because he doesn't look the same way, but
yeah, I mean, he's going to be looking like a zombie. Let's see if we can find a zombie pic of him. But there's his daughter, I guess. So they're gonna have some young girl in there as well, which is fine and dandy. But anyway, I don't want to spoil anything. But the really, really great stuff in this last episode. Anyway, I'm good. How about you? Are you feeling good about today? I think we're good with that. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Please tune in. We're going to be doing this every Monday and Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day, and thanks for joining. Have a great one. Take care, everybody.
So long.